Hey, what up? What up? Tim Warner here with you again. This time around, I'm giving you a candid exam review, although friendly to non-disclosure agreements always, specifically the Microsoft Cert candidate agreement. For GitHub administration, this is exam ID GH-100. Let's do this. What are the essentials of exam GH-100? Well, GitHub admin is one of the 5 GitHub certifications, and this is actually making me a completist because it was the last one that I had to do, and I did it last night, and I'm happy about it. Why should you care? Well, I think that if you're doing work as a repo admin, if you're an org owner, even if you have a sub-administrative role in GitHub, like a billing admin or a security admin, this could be useful for you. If you're a DevOps engineer as well. The meta is it costs $99 USD, which is consistent for all of the GitHub exams. They're priced aggressively lower than the Microsoft Associate and Expert certs. Registration is through Pearson VUE. Now, if you've taken GitHub exams in years past, you're thinking, hang on, I watched your other exam reviews for GitHub and you said it was PSI and that the credentials were coming from Pearson Credential. Very different situation now that Microsoft adopted the exams from GitHub. Microsoft uses Pearson VUE. Love them or not, that's what we've got. The format of the GH-100 GitHub admin exam, approximately 65 multiple choice questions over 100 minutes with a standard Microsoft 700 out of 1,000 pass mark. Now, does that mean it's 70%? No, you can rest assured that there's going to be some items, maybe 0 items, maybe 1, maybe more than 1 that's ungraded. So don't try to play any of those parlor tricks trying to figure out how many items you need correct. Just do your best, and you want to hit that 700 mark. As I alluded to, since Microsoft took over the GitHub certifications, Microsoft stopped, for whatever reason, using Pearson Credential as their digital badge. Bad mistake, but whatever. They didn't ask me. So now you've got Microsoft proprietary digital badges. It is what it is. These GitHub GH exams have a validity of 2 years, so note that. And they're online verifiable, so we're not there yet. I don't know if anybody's reached 2 years yet, but we'll be able to renew for free by taking an online assessment at Microsoft Learn, which is a good thing, actually. In a nutshell, preparation advice. You absolutely want to be grounded in MS Learn for the GH500 study guide, which you see in the screenshot, and this is the blueprint of the exam. When you go to the GH100 exam page, there's a link to the MS Learn self-paced training. That's absolutely important. You're going to want to cover the base of a practice exam. I would suggest MeasureUp. They have a perfectly good and realistic GH100 practice set series. And what I like about the practice tests from MeasureUp is that they will teach you, in addition to drilling you and getting you in the mind frame that you need to be successful on an IT cert. I would say that if you don't have hands-on experience with GitHub, you're pretty well hosed. And that's the case not only for GitHub administration, but for all 5 of the certs. To their great credit, the folks at GitHub who wrote the exam did a good job of taking real-world practice and evaluating your skills. So you need to have access to GitHub Enterprise Cloud. Know that GitHub offers a 30-day trial. In the YouTube metadata, I'll put relevant links there. Now, the strengths of the exam are, as I just said, the core skill set is solid and it reflects real-world practice with GitHub Enterprise. I put GHAS, GitHub Enterprise Server, but I really predominantly mean GHAC, GitHub Enterprise Cloud. Specifically, by studying and clearing this exam, you're going to have a solid grasp of the GitHub hierarchy. I put GHAS. I'm all over the place with typos on this slide. My apologies. Both of these typos should say GHEC for GitHub Enterprise Cloud. You do need to know GHAS. GHAS is GitHub Advanced Security. But as you see, the flowchart on the right that shows the hierarchy from the enterprise through the org using Teams, and then down through repository, that's critical to mastering GitHub Cloud, and it's thoroughly covered on the exam. Another very strong focal point of GH100 is security. You need to know how to set up SSO and SCIM provisioning, team management and team synchronization. You definitely need to know practical uses of the GitHub audit log, what's tracked there in terms of CRUD events, security-related CRUD events mainly, dealing with access tokens and so forth, but also the Git events that are tracked in the audit log. You absolutely won't pass if you don't know about role-based access and how that interacts through the stack, Enterprise, Org, and Repo, and how to work with teams. And frankly, I think there's enough GHAS on there that you probably wouldn't pass if you don't have a solid grasp of the GitHub Advanced Security members like Dependabot, code scanning, and secret scanning. Now, a gotcha here is actually GHAS. I myself have never had occasion to use GitHub Enterprise Server, but I had to study it for the exam. This is the on-premises appliance virtual machine that gives you a lot of the access of GitHub Cloud, but it's meant for more regulated environments that they have a hard requirement not to go out over the internet. And you need to know a fair amount. What do you need to know? Check the exam blueprint at MS Learn. That's all I'll say about that. Another potential gotcha that caught me up short a little bit was the exam's focus on GitHub apps versus OAuth apps and permission scopes and advantages and disadvantages. The exam presses you pretty hard on that. So again, it's something that you want to be forewarned about and study up on and practice in your trial environment. Of course, there's the weaknesses. I'm going to pull no punches here. And I will say, I've said this in my other GitHub exam reviews, the exam items are largely written in a juvenile way, which is unfortunate because we as the test taker pay the price for that. What I mean is there are distractors that are just straight up dead giveaways. You know, some of the parlor tricks that I say in class, like don't look at A, B, C, D, and if you see that A is a lot longer than B, C, or D, don't think that Microsoft doesn't know that. Well, frankly, the GitHub people who wrote the original exams didn't know those kind of things, and there's a lot of that parlor trick nonsense in the exam. So a lot of absolute language tells. Another parlor trick with exam psychology is avoid distractors that say always or never. Well, there's a lot of that. These are rookie 101 newbie mistakes. I still hold to my opinion, and it's grounded purely in my experience as an instructor and as an instructional designer, that these exams, until Microsoft rewrites them according to their spec and their standard, and they have a perfectly great editorial standard for their exams, until that happens, we have to pay the price. The exam items are largely subpar. Feels like they were written by kids, honestly. Another thing is that Microsoft does need to get on the stick and update the content of these exams, not just GitHub admin, because the content is very much showing its age. I would say that the Copilot exam is the one where this disparity is most obvious and most grotesque. With GitHub admin, it's largely evergreen material, so you don't feel it as bad. But man, I'm telling you, Microsoft, get on it, man. And if you want to consult with me, I'm happy to join and contract and help update those exams. And that's another thing. I mean, because the GitHub admin blueprint is so old, don't worry about Agentic AI or GitHub Copilot. I frankly think that the GitHub admin exam, the questions, predate GitHub Copilot. Yeah, seriously. Another weakness is I think that the exam is skewed too far into Git knowledge. I mean, on one hand, yes, do you need to know if you do have a credential leak into your GitHub repo in origin? You need to know how to use Git filter repo and BFG, and you need to know the steps to scrub history. But then again, this is not a Git exam. The GitHub Foundations GH-100 presses Git big time, and there I think it's much more relevant. Here in GitHub administration, it really is kind of a dicey situation. I kind of wonder if some of the item authors were using Git questions as a filler to make up for shortfalls in the rest of the item bank. Again, that's just purely my speculation. Okay, so say you clear GH-100 and you earn your GitHub administration cert. What's next? Well, if you were swamped by all the minutiae in the exam, then I would have you go downstairs, as it were, to the GitHub Foundations level so that you can make absolutely sure that all of the assumed knowledge is already in your shirt pocket and in your melon. If you felt that the exam's difficulty and content were just right, I would say your best next exam isn't Copilot, but actually GitHub Actions. That's a very useful skill set for just about anybody in GitHub, because even if you're not a DevOps engineer and you're not actively working on GitHub workflows, by having a deep understanding of workflows and the YAML schema and syntax, you bring an enormous amount of expertise to the table as far as securing, optimizing, right-sizing your CI/CD processes in GitHub. All right? GitHub Advanced Security would be another one, the GH-500. That one presses really hard, as you would expect, down into dependabot code scanning and secret scanning. You'll get a pretty good exercise on your GHAS skills with GitHub administration, though, for sure. I would say there's 30% overlap. I mean, there's quite a bit of GHAS on this exam. That's it. I hope that you benefited from this. Let me know in the comments if you have any additional questions or if there's another Microsoft exam in particular that you'd like me to review. I hope that you're subscribing to my channel too. Please do that. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks again.